For nearly 2 decades, Ncis and Mark Harmon were practically synonymous. As Leroy Jethro Gibbs, Harmon wasn't just the lead actor of the hit CBS franchise, he was the heart of it. His quiet authority, signature rules, and unwavering moral compass helped transform Ncis from a military procedural into one of the most successful television dramas in history. So when Harmon stepped away from the series, many fans asked the same question. It wasn't an unreasonable concern. Television history is filled with examples of hit shows collapsing after losing their central star. Audiences develop emotional connections to characters over years, sometimes decades. When those characters leave, viewers often leave with them. For Ncis, the challenge seemed even greater. Gibbs wasn't merely a protagonist, he was the foundation. And yet, several seasons later, Ncis is still standing. Not only is it standing, it remains one of television's most watched dramas. Which raises an intriguing question. Did one actor quietly save Ncis after Mark Harmon's departure? Many fans believe the answer is yes. And that actor is Sean Murray. When Harmon reduced his role and eventually exited as a series regular, producers faced an almost impossible situation. The show had already survived numerous cast departures. Michael Weatherly left, Cote de Pablo left, Paulie Perrette left. Even David McCallum eventually stepped away before his heartbreaking passing. Yet Gibbs was different. He represented stability. Every major storyline ultimately revolved around him. Every character respected him. Every fan measured new team members against him. Without Gibbs, the writers had to answer a difficult question. Who becomes the emotional center of the show? The obvious answer seemed to be Alden Parker. Played by Brian Dietzen? No. Played by Gary Cole. Parker became the new team leader. He inherited the toughest position in television, replacing a beloved icon. But many fans argue that Parker's success was only possible because another character helped bridge the transition. That character was Timothy McGee. When Sean Murray first joined Ncis, McGee was hardly the type of character anyone expected to lead a franchise. He was nervous, awkward, often overshadowed. The team teased him constantly. Tony DiNozzo called him Proby. Gibbs frequently challenged him. Kate and Ziva often left him scrambling to keep up. Yet that was part of his charm. McGee felt real. He wasn't the toughest agent. He wasn't the coolest. He wasn't the most intimidating. He was simply a smart young man trying to prove himself. Over the years, fans watched him grow and grow and grow. Slowly, almost without anyone noticing, McGee transformed into one of the most experienced agents on the team. What began as an underdog story became one of television's longest-running character arcs. After Gibbs left, something fascinating happened. Many viewers suddenly realized McGee had become the living link to the show's golden era. He had worked alongside nearly every major character: Kate Todd, Tony DiNozzo, Ziva David, Abby Ciuto, Ducky, Palmer, Bishop, Torres, Gibbs. He carried the history of the series with him. When fans looked at McGee, they didn't just see a current character. They saw 20-plus years of memories. That connection mattered. In many ways, Sean Murray became the bridge between old Ncis and new Ncis. Without him, the transition might have felt far more abrupt. Television audiences don't automatically accept change. Trust has to be earned. Sean Murray earned that trust over decades. Fans watched McGee struggle. They watched him fail. They watched him succeed. They watched him become a husband and father. Those experiences created a unique bond between the character and the audience. Unlike some television heroes, McGee never felt larger than life. He remained relatable. Viewers could imagine themselves making the same mistakes, facing the same fears, learning the same lessons. That authenticity helped stabilize the show during one of its most uncertain periods. Any discussion about saving Ncis must acknowledge Gary Cole's contribution. Replacing Gibbs was never truly possible. Instead of trying to imitate Harmon, Cole made Parker his own character. That decision proved crucial. Parker wasn't a Gibbs clone. He had different leadership instincts, different habits, different humor, different flaws. Fans gradually accepted him because he wasn't pretending to be someone else. However, Parker benefited from sharing scenes with familiar faces. McGee's presence reassured viewers that the essence of NCIS remained intact. The combination worked. One character represented the future, the other represented the past. Together, they helped guide the series into a new era. One of the most interesting developments after Gibbs's departure was McGee's evolution into a quiet leader. Unlike Gibbs, he doesn't dominate a room. He doesn't rely on intimidation. He doesn't bark orders. His leadership style is built on experience and empathy. When younger agents face challenges, McGee often becomes their mentor. When conflicts emerge, he's frequently the voice of reason. When the team needs perspective, he's there. These qualities may not generate dramatic headlines, but they provide stability, and stability is exactly what NCIS needed. Long-running television shows face a unique challenge. How do you honor the past while moving forward? Sean Murray became the answer. Every time McGee references an old case, viewers remember earlier seasons. Every time he recalls a lesson from Gibbs, the character's legacy continues. Every time he interacts with Palmer, another surviving veteran of classic NCIS, the show's history feels alive. These moments matter. They remind audiences that the current series isn't replacing what came before. It's continuing the story. Critics often predicted disaster after Harmon's exit. Some believed ratings would collapse. Others expected viewers to abandon the series entirely. Yet NCIS remained remarkably resilient. While no show stays unchanged forever, the franchise demonstrated surprising strength. Several factors contributed to that success: strong writing, a talented ensemble cast, Gary Cole's performance, the loyalty of longtime viewers, and yes, the continued presence of Sean Murray. Fans who might have struggled with dramatic change still had someone familiar to follow. That continuity reduced the shock of transition. Another reason Sean Murray became so important is simple. McGee still has stories left to tell. Many television veterans become stagnant. Their character arcs end, their purpose fades. McGee avoided that fate. His journey continues to evolve. He's balancing family responsibilities, professional ambitions, questions about leadership, questions about legacy. These themes keep the character relevant. Instead of feeling like a relic from an earlier era, McGee feels essential to the present. Every successful ensemble drama needs an emotional anchor. Gibbs once filled that role. Today, many fans argue McGee has inherited it. Not because he's the boss, not because he's the toughest, but because he represents the soul of the team. He's compassionate, loyal, intelligent, dependable. Those qualities resonate deeply with viewers. In a world filled with larger-than-life television heroes, McGee's humanity stands out. The legacy of Mark Harmon. Of course, saying someone helped save NCIS doesn't diminish Mark Harmon's impact. The franchise exists in its current form because of him. His portrayal of Gibbs established the tone, culture, and identity of the series. That legacy remains visible in every episode. Even when Gibbs isn't physically present, his influence can still be felt. The rules, the values, the standards, they continue to shape the team. In many ways, McGee serves as one of the strongest carriers of that legacy. He learned directly from Gibbs for years. Now he passes those lessons forward. Television history suggests that no show lasts forever. Eventually, every franchise reaches its final chapter. But NCIS continues proving doubters wrong. Its ability to adapt has become one of its greatest strengths. New characters arrive, beloved characters leave, the world changes. Yet the show finds ways to evolve. Sean Murray remains central to that process. As one of the longest-serving cast members, he provides continuity few actors can match. Whether NCIS lasts another season or another decade, his contribution is undeniable. The answer depends on how you define save. No single actor can carry a massive franchise alone. Television is a collaborative medium. Writers, producers, directors, and an entire ensemble contribute to success. Gary Cole deserves enormous credit. So do Brian Dietzen, Wilmer Valderrama, Katrina Law, and the rest of the cast. But if the question is whether Sean Murray played a crucial role in helping NCIS survive one of the biggest transitions in its history, many fans would answer with a resounding yes. McGee provided familiarity when viewers feared change. He provided continuity when the show needed stability. He provided heart when the franchise was searching for a new identity. Most importantly, he reminded audiences why they fell in love with NCIS in the first place. Mark Harmon built the foundation. Gary Cole helped lead the next chapter. But Sean Murray may have been the bridge that connected them. And sometimes, when a television series faces its greatest challenge, the bridge is exactly what keeps everything standing.